why exactly would you say the Ford Raptor would be your favorite platform? It's mine because I could take stuff like this at 40 miles an hour.
Hey guys, welcome back to Smashing Punk Fan. It's time to get weird here. We're going to change a battery in the truck. It's been giving me a lot of grief and I've been putting it off for too long, and I'm going to walk you guys through how to do it at home.
Let's see if it gives me the same grief it has for the last few days. Yep, right there. That's what it's been doing, and then it'll pop up and we're going to have... Actually, it didn't have any of those. It does start back on this gauge screen, so you have to move back over. Not a big deal, but I usually keep it right there. So it's just kind of hardcore resets. A lot of the times it'll say the Ford Pass app will pop up and tell me that I have a power steering failure. It'll say terrain, traction, all mode control has faults, checked, service engine, all kinds of other stuff pops up, but it's just basically it's the battery. And it's the computer really focusing in on what is a priority to be used and what's not, for the sake of starting the motor. And all the systems don't start up when it's supposed to, so it's just saying there's a fault in the system, but it's the battery. We're going to change it right now and make sure that it starts up nice and sharp. Also guys, I'm going to show you how to do the body control module reset. It's very easy. You don't have to be concerned. But whenever you change a battery, you need to allow the BCM, body control module, to be aware that there's a new battery. It's how it measures it to make sure that it stays fully charged and whatnot. It's super easy to do though. So even if you have your battery changed at O'Reilly's or AutoZone or something, they may not do it for you. I'm going to show you how you can do it. It's pretty simple. Alright guys, there's two things you want to do to start this little maneuver off. What we're going to do, gonna come in here and pop the hood. You can also try one more time if it'll start. Go ahead and start it. And then I would go hard right like this, so that wheel on the outside is sticking out and you will be able to stand on it. Yeah, just like that. That way you can actually get up on it if you had to. Between the bumper and right here, you'll be able to stand to get up there. So I'm going to use my fancy little DeWalt set. I like my 1/4" driver, the whole set here. It's pretty fantastic. It's got a nice variety of sockets, some standard, some metric. The most common ones you're going to ever use on a Ford is 10mm and 8mm. And just to narrow that down, 8mm on right here, 8mm. My bad. I'm sorry. 10mm, 8mm on the post that holds in the battery, it locks it in. So you're going to take off the negative first, then the positive. When you put the battery back in, we'll do that in reverse order. Positive first, negative last. I personally think that it makes more sense that way. And if I'm wrong, sound off in the comments. Please let me know. But as far as I understand, the entire system is, even with the positive on, is useless without being grounded. The computer can't turn on. The body control modules cannot turn on without ground. They need the ground to function. So as far as I know, negative's the most important one to take off first. But let's go and get started. Loosen that up. Going back here. Loose. When you go to pull these out too, I'm just going to make sure to set them aside. Just absolutely make sure they're not touching anything metal. It's most important. So we got a plastic tray down below here. The only metal thing we have is the end of our relays here for the fog lights, and then the AC line is metal, so it should be fine. It's not going anywhere near that. Positive, same thing. I don't see anything metal over there. It's just kind of hovering. You could also use the actual insulator here, wrap it around. You could put it on just like that, or if you have some like shop gloves, you could wrap it around and grab it and then pull it off, and it will hold on and kind of give it a sheathing to protect it. Battery retainer. I always like to use an extension because then you can speed drill it. Get that out. So there we go. That whole little shindig will come out just like that. Should have battery clear to pull out now. You can set it here and then get down on the ground safely so you can lift it back up, pull it out. Don't forget your blanket. We'll put that on the new battery. We went to O'Reilly's, and this is where we're getting it from. I mean, it actually looks slightly smaller. Pretty close. No, it's slightly smaller. Let me check the cranking amps. 800 cold cranking amps. 760. I don't like that. Well, we'll put it in for now and see, because this one's getting pretty much useless, and we'll start with that. Worst case scenario, it's still not proper. We'll take it back and tell them, hey, bump it up to an 8. We're gonna start off. We're gonna take these caps off. Actually, we can leave them on when we get up there. Make sure you have some dielectric grease, because we're gonna put it on these. It'll help protect them and keep them from corroding in the future. So let's go back to the nose of the truck. All right. So now we're back over here at the truck. Open the tire. Slip her on in. Just make sure not to pinch any of your wires from before. Check, make sure they're all out. With this battery being slightly smaller in physical size, it actually leaves a little more room for stuff to kind of tuck in and around it. Except, whatever. So all O'Reilly's had to offer. They didn't even carry the Motorcraft version, so what you gonna do? So I'm gonna start by putting the retainer back in. Get in there. Remember, 8mm. Alright, before you hook up your post, you want to make sure that you did get them in the correct orientation. Negative, positive, that's correct. So that way it matches up with our battery post when we put them back on. A little bit of dielectric grease on each end. That'll work, just a little splash. Splash, that'll work. What am I doing? That is not the right cap. You're going to make sure you get it kind of all around. Okay, after you applied your dielectric on both sides, we're going to put the positive on and then the negative. You can see what I've seen up here, nothing's touching. Put that on, slip it on. You don't have to tighten it down just yet, it's made contact. Now we're going to put on the negative. So one of the things you want to do is make sure that we're really trying to grab it by just rubber, not touching the metal, because it's going to arc just a little bit. It's not a big deal. Watch this. Headlights come on, which means we've made contact. We're going to push that bad boy down now, all the ways. Now we can tighten it down. 10mm again. There we go. Thank you, DeWalt. Put that back. You can go ahead and give it a pretty good crank. I do like my stuff to be straight as possible. There we go. Gotta take two hands. I knew it. I knew it. Good. Yep. Same thing here. Do want to push down a little bit. Nope. Yeah, see, it's a little loose for my comfort. Tight. Relays are out of the way, tucked up. Now we can go inside and do the BCM module reset. Okay, back over here inside the truck now. Lights are all on. Looks good, so we're gonna go ahead and start it real quick. Ooh, that sounded strong and ready to go. So it's not showing the battery module that needs to be done. But just to be sure, we're going to go ahead and shut it back down without pressing the brake. You're going to hit key on. So now it's in key forward mode basically. And what you're going to do is you're going to flash the lights 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Flash your brights. And then you're going to press the brake 3 times. And you should see that body light right there at the bottom. You're going to see it flash. So let's go and go through the process. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Brake pedal, 1, 2, 3. Give it a second. Flashing, which means the computer has acknowledged and accepted that the task was completed. So now we can start it. Battery module has been reset. We are good to go. So we have full function. We have AC again. Let's kick that on. It's the hottest day in Oklahoma thus far. This is like August 6th or whatever. It's ridiculous. It says 93, but it feels much hotter than that. So that's gonna be a wrap for today's video. It is the hottest day in Oklahoma thus far. It's 93 degrees. Thank you guys so much for watching Smashing Punk Fan. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please consider hitting subscribe. I would love to see you in the next video. If you have other issues with your vehicle, if you drive a Nissan, a Chevy, Dodge, please consider driving Dodge. I don't hate, but you're gonna have some problems. I would love to try and assist you guys. That's what my channel is about, and I'm here to help you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Wanna play? Why exactly would you say the Ford Raptor would be your favorite platform? It's mine because I can take stuff like this at 40 miles an hour.